Yeah, my time at Real Madrid is it's been amazing so far. Obviously, the first season, was great for me, and then the second season was very different. Obviously, being injured, that was really tough. But coming back this year, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, there's so much to play for. It's a really exciting time in the season with the league, Champions League, the cup. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few months. My favourite part playing for Real Madrid is, I think, playing in the big games. Obviously, playing in the big Champions League nights here. They're some of my favourite memories from that first season. And then playing in the big games, playing against Barcelona, trying to compete on all fronts to win something, because that's what we want to achieve here. And yeah, it's just that challenge of the schedule here is quite busy, and so it's just trying to keep that consistency and like I say, compete on all fronts, which is the biggest challenge here, but I'm really enjoying it. I think Real Madrid is special for a number of reasons. I think the history of the club, obviously, you realise when you sign for a club of this size, just how successful it's been, obviously on the men's side for so many years. I think as well the fans are so special. I realise that when we travel especially, you realise no matter which part of the world you're in, there's always Real Madrid fans, Real Madrid shirts. And so I think for me, my first season, I remember thinking, wow, like I knew this club was big, but it's not until you're in it that you realise just how big. So yeah, I think that's what makes Real Madrid so special. I think our never give up attitude on Champions League nights is so special. I think when it comes to Champions League night, there is, I find, a different feel within the team, within the club, on the pitch. I've played in some really fun Champions League games, and this season to get out the group stages, that was obviously a massive ambition of ours. So yeah, I'm so excited to play in a quarter-final.
Oh, and that's gone in all the way through. It was a crowded 6-yard area, and it's the defender Maria Mendez who got the final touch. He's getting the plaudits, and Real Madrid have doubled their advantage on the quarter hour.
Also, I love going back to England to play. It's a place where I have lots of memories, and I actually was at Arsenal for 2.5 years when I was 18, so it's a club that, that was a while ago now, but it's a club that I know, living in London, and obviously I know some of the players as well. So for me it'll be special, but the most important thing is we go there, compete, we try and get a result. We know it's going to be tough. Arsenal have, some great players, a strong squad, and have a history in this competition. No matter who we would have got in this round, it's going to be tough. The teams that are left are obviously all top teams. But that's what makes it exciting. Champions League, it's the best competition. The top players, the top teams are all competing, and for me as a player, that's where you want to be. The last couple of years, not to get out of the group is like a huge disappointment in our season, but this year we've managed, and I'm really excited. It's, like I say, it's where I want to be playing and where my teammates want to be, and we'll be ready to go.
Position of the teammates, surely they're going to go for goal. It is Weir, and it is brilliant. She could not have placed that any better. A simply superb free kick from Caroline Weir.
It's obviously slightly different with it being 2 legs, home and away. I think that does add a different element to it, and how you approach the game tactically. So it's obviously a different challenge for us, but yeah, it's one that is exciting. Obviously playing at home first is exciting, and probably, that's where we have an advantage. Yeah, in the big moments, I think the important thing is to stick to the basic things, stick to the game plan. That's so important. I think in these big matches at this level, the tactical game plan is so important. So I think, we work together every day in training. We played a lot of games this season, so our team, I feel like, is in a really good spot in terms of team cohesion and togetherness. And I think in the big moments, they're the most exciting. That's where the pressure is, and and that's where you find out a lot about yourself and your teammates and your team. So yeah, my advice is to stick to the game plan and focus on the basics and do them as well as you can. We take those experiences, as much as they're difficult at the time, you definitely learn from them. And I think the past 2 seasons I've been here, I've seen the team grow and learn from past experience. We've had players at different times score goals, make things happen, and I think that's so important in a season, that you have different players come up with special moments. The team is in a really good spot. Obviously, it's a busy period for us in the season. March, it was always going to be busy, and I think it's nice to be back. We just had the international break and players went all over the place, and we've come back now, and it's really exciting. I think now I find myself being one of the older players all of a sudden. So yeah, that seemed to happen fast, but you know, it's nice as well because you hope to bring with you experience that can help the younger players, but as well, playing with such good young players, it's nice to see them just play with freedom, without fear. And you know, I've seen improvements in a lot of our young players and the way they play. It's really good to be around as a slightly older player. And yeah, for me, it's just about taking more responsibility on and off the pitch, but also learning from other experienced players. We have a lot of them, you know, played at such high levels in massive games for their clubs and countries. So I feel like I'm surrounded by a good mix of experience and young players. The most important thing when I was young was training well and training hard. You know, every day counts. As much as that is a cliche, I do think it's really important, and just taking your opportunity when it comes. You know, that, like I say, we play a lot of games. It's slightly different to when I was 18, 19. You know, the way the game has grown so much. But of course, the most important thing is to enjoy as well. Work hard and enjoy, and that's when you usually see the best in players. So that's kind of what I would say to young players at the moment. I think for me, one that stands out straight away is very early on in my Real Madrid career was when we played Manchester City here. That was also Champions League. That was a big game for me, probably on a personal level, because I just left Man City and I knew how much it meant to the club to qualify for the group stages of that season, so that a lot was riding on that game, both for me personally but also for the club, and we managed to win that game, and I think that set up that season for us well, and for me as well, starting Real Madrid, that was obviously a big moment. So I feel like there's been lots of different moments, but that one stands out, and it was also Champions League too.